Okay, so this video is meant for help with the Inequalz app on your TI. It's an app, so just like on your cell phone, it can be open and it can be closed. Sometimes when it's open, it affects other things. So you might want to turn it on and off. We're not allowed to tell you how to turn it on during the state exam. So when you want to turn on an app, you go to the app button and you pick option 7, because it's the Inequalz, and that'll turn it on. If at any point you need to turn it off, you do the same process, app number 7, and option 2 will let you quit it. You would want to turn it off if you want to make a fraction in your y=. It won't let you make the horizontal fraction in your y= if the app is running. So that's an issue. So if I need an inequality, if I go to my y= right now, I just have equal signs in there. But if I push my app and I run the app, now it's running, I'm able to change my inequalities, my equal sign. You can do that by pushing alpha and whatever sign you want. So if I were graphing y is less than or equal to x, I would push alpha, and then underneath I have less than or equal to x underneath the zoom button. And then if I scoot over, I can type in whatever the inequality says. Now over here, it tells you what the picture is going to look like. You're going to be shading below, and you have a solid line. But when in doubt, if we look at the picture, I have a solid line and it's shaded below. So when I graph it, of course, I'm going to copy the table and I'm going to shade below the axis. The key here is that I have a solid line and the shading is appropriate. Now, if I have an inequality that is not equal to, so I'm going to do alpha window so I can change it to a not equal. Notice how the symbol here is a dotted line as opposed to a solid. When I graph it, you can clearly see now it's dotted and not solid, so it's not continuous. So when I graph it, I have to make sure that it's dotted. And it's all indicated by that operating sign. When we're grading this on the regions, we're looking for dotted versus solid, and we're looking to make sure that your shading is appropriate above or below. So when it's a less than, it's below, because here's when the y values are less. If you have a greater than, you're going to shade where y is great. So you're going to shade above. Okay. Again, if I have an inequality where it's y is less than or equal to 1/2 x, if I go to my y=, I cannot type in alpha y=. That cute little trick doesn't work there because it's an app within a run there, and it doesn't work out for me. So I can have two options here. I can put the fraction in parentheses and get the picture that way, which is totally fine. Or if that makes you nervous, again, all you need is the table of points. So you know that the shading is going to be below, and you know it's going to be solid. So you can go and turn off the app by pushing 7, and you can quit out of the app. And if you go over here, now you can do the shortcut where you have a horizontal fraction, which is sometimes easier when your fractions are so weird looking. Okay, it's going to give you the same table. You're just going to be reminded on how the shading appears. Okay, and when you have something like this, you don't graph half number marks, you only graph integer numbers. I hope this helps. I'll make another video in a little while about how to use your calculator to help through multiple choice questions, because that might be helpful for Friday's multiple choice questions. Bye.